Diamond of a deal by the Bay State Bombardier professional basketball team of Worcester and by Budweiser Beer. This Bud's for you. Big Shot Bowling is brought to you in conjunction with the World Candlepin Bowlers Congress. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Fouracre along with Dan Murphy here on Big Shot Bowling, and we're in the mixed doubles competition. We have a semifinal round match. And Dan, would you recap some of the action so far and tell the folks how these two teams got here?
Well, the winner of this, of course, goes into the finals. And the matchup today, Diane Rooney and Mike Poulin. To get here, they defeated Betty Prey and Mike Morrow, 378-347. And Carol Downey and Tom Surette defeated Chris Kelly and Danny Broder, 395-361. So the winner of this match will take on last week's winner, Sharon Rawson and Rich Petroli, for the $1,000 first prize.
We're counting down on the mixed doubles competition, and now let's take a close-up of each team. First of all, the team of Rooney and Poulin.
Okay, it looks like we got New Hampshire team against the Massachusetts team today. Mike and Diane, as you see on your screen, from Hudson and Derry, New Hampshire, and they'll be taking on the likes of the other team of Tom Surette and Carol Downey, and they're both from North Billerica and Andover, Massachusetts. So it looks like New Hampshire against Massachusetts today. It should be a great matchup.
And now let's check in on the form of Carol Downey and Tom Surette. And here they are, two quality bowlers.
Okay, here are the two from Massachusetts. I might mention that winning their first round matches, Carol Downey, Tom Surette throwing a 395, and Diane Rooney and Mike Poulin 378. Those were the two highest pinfall of the early match, the quarterfinal matches, so it shapes up to be a real fine one.
And we'll be back with string number one of this semifinal round match. But before we do, let's roll away for this commercial break. Bob Fouracre with Dan Murphy in this mixed doubles competition, and lifted off is Mike Poulin. The team of Mike Poulin and Diane Rooney taking on Carol Downey and Tom Surette. A drop of 7 on the first ball by Mike.
Mike's coming off his best finish ever, a fantastic year. Ended up 4th overall in the 85-86 Pro Tour. Oh, what a shot. Nice.
Oh, almost stole it.
2-4-6, played the 2 into the 4 off the left sidewall. Came back, almost knocked that 6 down for the spear.
The port sider cleans it up for a 10. Mike Poulin, Hudson, New Hampshire, with an average of a 125. The father of 2. Went to the University of New Hampshire in Durham. All but the 8. Majored in candlepin bowling. And he got A+.
I wonder if he did any studying in his spare time.
Here is Tom Surette.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
And a count of 7 on the first ball for Surette. Surette teaming with Carol Downey.
2, 4, and 10. If you followed Tommy's career here on Big Shot Bowling, you've noticed he drives that ball into the floor, and that's his style. He does a lot of bouncing, but he gets the job done. Holds the record for consecutive wins on our, of course, the men's format, 8 in a row.
Followed by Mike Sargent, who won the first 7 shows we ever had on Big Shot Bowling.
Oh,
a strike off the ball of Tom Surette as we watch it unfold again.
No bounce here, nice and smooth. 1-3 pocket, 9 of them go quick, and then the 8.
Here's Diane Rooney. Diane in on the 1-3 pocket and
nice
dropping 9 and loading up the spare with a count of 9. The hometown gal here in Derry, New Hampshire gets a spare.
Good crowd here to watch the two bowlers. Of course, Diane bowls or is from this area, from Derry, and of course Mike Poulin bowls right here at the Londonderry Bowling Center. Big sweeping hook, Diane. Ball breaks sharp from right to left.
A 5 on the spare. 44 after 3 for Rooney and Poulin.
I mentioned their quarterfinal matches. They were the two highest pinfall, 395 and 378.
Poulin and Rooney had the 378 as they defeated Mike Marl and Betty Prey.
So if they hold true to form, we should have a high-scoring match today.
Score that a 9 for Diane. After 4, it's a 53 for the team of Rooney and Poulin. And here is Carol Downey looking for the double. If a team gets a triple, they both win themselves a trip for 2 to Atlantic City. Compliments of Fresh Pond Travel, located in Natick, Massachusetts. Think travel, think Fresh Pond Travel.
Ooh.
She lost that one, Dan.
Yeah, lofted it. Didn't lob it, but lofted it a little further out in the lane than she normally does. And what happened is that she held on the ball a little too long, pulled it to the left.
Ends up with a 7 frame. 4 on the strike, as you can see.
And quickly drops behind by 13 pins.
Four horsemen, right side. 1, 3, 6, and 10. Got the 1, 3, and the 6.
Carol Downey carried an average of 116. One of the more consistent women on the Pro Tour. Constantly around the top.
7 and then a 10 for Carol. And for the team of Downey and Surette, they trail it by a dozen. 53 to a 41. Mike Poulin in the pocket, the drop of 9.
Mike Poulin has won one Pro Tour event and happened to be right here at his home lanes in Londonderry last year.
All the bowlers on Big Shot Bowling are members of the World Candlepin Bowlers Congress.
10-pin, piece of wood in front.
Mrs. Riley's duck soup.
Fouracre's kiss of death. I knew when you said that, I says, oh boy.
I hope Mike didn't hear me laugh. Well, sometimes you don't serve up the duck soup, that's all. A 10 count.
Went too far left, snapped the pin away from the 10-pin, and by doing that, left it standing. There's Mike Poulin's rating on the Pro Tour.
A drop of 8. Mike looking down at the planks on the pin plate.
See, Mike finished 4th overall, and that's competition among 170 some men. We take our highest. We bowled 10 string tournaments. Nice shot by Mike.
Yes.
Had to drive that ball through with a little help of the wood.
Here's Mike's second spare as he drives it through.
I started to say we get our ratings. We have 6 10-string tournaments throughout the season, and we're able to throw out our low score, count the other 5 tournaments, and we get our ratings from the Pro Tour that way. Mike finished 4th. Nice
And
mark.
a spare for Tom Surette. Tom with a strike and a spare. The team of Surette and Downey get to the semis by defeating Chris Kelly and Dan.
Oh, wants that 7-pin to go. Whoa. Well,
let me finish that off. It was Chris Kelly and Dan Broder that they defeated with a 395 to a 361. Yes, spare it up again for Tom. So we're in the first of 3 games, and we got a good one brewing.
both bowlers, both teams. got a very good game going, both of them. It's a 5-fill. Diane, much like Sharon Rawson last week, has got to control that break with a little speed. If she slows it down too much, she'll break way left like that one.
Diane so far with a spare. Her partner, Mike Poulin, with a couple. And a 9. 87 with 3 remaining for Diane and Mike. The official judge for this match is Tony Zernicke. Bert Perangeli is the scorekeeper for the score that you see at home, and our statistician is Cheryl Young.
Got to hurry. Boy, she's playing that fine line. She's got to have the right speed to control that break.
7 and a 94. Here's Carol. Carol Downey once had a high single of a 189. Her best triple of 439. Hits the pocket and is going to bring down 8. Loading up on the spare left by Tom.
Carol doesn't waste any time. Ball right in position, ready to go again. 5-8, covers it for another spare.
Spare number 3 for the team of Downey and Surette, and that's Carol's first mark.
Carol's effortlessly, she throws that ball. Just no wasted motion. Good follow through.
In on the head, but a difficult lead.
Yeah, 2-4-6. 2 ways. Inside of the 2, having it come off the wall, or trying to split the 2 and the 4.
Oh,
nice
missed
try.
it by a 1/16 of an inch.
Very good eyesight, Bob. Thought it was closer to an 1/8, but.
And a 9 and a 104 as we go into the final 2 frames for each team. Mike Poulin, who started this string, will close it out for the team of Poulin and Rooney.
Wow, that was a lob and that was a break.
Yes, because they reset.
Yes. We have a lob line that's 10 feet out on the lane, and I say this because a lot of people pick this up on satellite. And there's a Tony Zernicke sitting right on the lob line, a couple lanes over, and the ball must come in fair contact with part of the lane or the approach before it goes over or past that lob line.
So Mike with 1 ball remaining as his team trails it by 10.
The rule is if you lob on your first ball, you reset and throw 2. And if you lob on the second or third, you just deduct those pins that you knock down.
So 102 with 1 to go. Seven down, 3 to go in this frame for Mike, as he'll try to cover the 3, 6, and the 10. This the second semifinal round match in the Mixed Doubles Pro Classic. Last week, which Petroli and Sharon Rawson earned their way into the finals as they defeated Fran Bollier and Judy Witcher as they combined for a 375 to Fran and Judy's 317. And a 10 and a total of a 112 for Diane Rooney and Mike Poulin in the first.
Well, not a bad game. Slacked off after the good start they had. In fact, it's quite a swing in this first game. After 3 boxes completed, they were ahead by 13. Right now, they're down by 10. And, of course, they had an 8 and a 10 box the last 2. That was a lob.
Oh, boy. Lost 4 pins.
Yeah, he lost 4. So that would be a 6 box.
And a 110.
So both teams have, both men have lobbed the ball and lost count.
Very difficult leave for Tom as he tries to convert for a spare.
1, 8, and 10. He's got to hit the head pin, have some sidewall action to clear out the 8 and the 10.
So the team of Tom Surette and Carol Downey will take the lead as they will close out the first game and move towards the second. And an 8 and a total of a 1-18. So a 6-pin advantage for Downey and Surette over Rooney and Poulin. We'll be back and we'll unfold string number 2 right after we pause. Here we go to lift off the second string. Carol Downey will get it going as Carol and Tom have a 6-pin advantage as we move into the second. They recorded a 118 and Rooney and Poulin had a 112.
Well, we got a minute. I'd like to tell all those bowlers out there who wish to join our Pro Tour. I'll give you time to get a pencil and a piece of paper, and I'll give you an address to write to. The only qualifications are that the men have at least 112 average and the women at least 102. And you get your pencil, piece of paper, and I'll give you an address, and Tony Zernicke will give you applications and all the do's and the don'ts of belonging to the World Candlepin Bowling Congress Pro Tour, New England's Pro Tour.
Is this duck soup?
This is duck soup.
Mrs. Riley's duck soup coming up for Carol Downey. Yes. Carol getting her second spare in this match. Diane Rooney jumps up on lane 29.
Oh boy.
In on the head pin, but that's all she wrote.
1, 8, and 9. You got the spread eagle plus that 5-pin. Try to shoot either the 3-6 or the 2-4. Just go on the other side.
Diane Rooney with her final ball in this frame. And a 7 count. Diane with an average of a 110. Her best high single a 179. Her best 3 a 391.
Here's a good ball. There's a good ball.
Yes. No.
Almost.
Almost. It's
Maybe.
Still up. It's a drop of a 9.
4-pin. Actually move that 4-pin off its spot, but it still stands. Oh boy, she's going way left.
Missed it. Diane was looking for her second spare. And a 10. It's always easy on that third ball.
Well, easier than the second. Oh,
Tom with the spread eagle.
That was on the spare too, so a low count of 4, flush in the head pin.
Comes out of it with an 8. Even 30 after 3 for Downey and Surette. This the second string. Ooh, he's been too full on the head.
Okay, for that address, you people interested in joining our Pro Tour, and of course we'd love to have them, looking for a banner year this coming year. A lot of new people will probably be on the tour. The address is WCBC, Box 545, Webster, Massachusetts, and the zip is 01570. Once again, WCBC, Post Office Box 545, Webster, Massachusetts, 01570. And Tony will send the application and everything else you need. And if you're a new member, stop by when first tour or something and say hello to me. I'd like to get to know the new members.
And the World Candlepin Bowlers Congress, come September, will be launching their 15th year. Mike Poulin eyeballing the situation down on the pin plate.
He's got the 4, 5, 7, 8 piece of wood in front of the 4, 7, and 8. He's got to use that. He's got to get some help off the left sidewall. 5 pin, I think, is the problem pin right here in this shot. Oh, he got it. Nice shot.
He snuck it out.
It was the problem shot, the problem pin, but he is able to do it off the sidewall.
Right there.
Spinning back and just nudges that 5. Nice shot.
Spare number 3 for Mike in this match. Loads it up with a half dozen.
Well, he's got some possibilities here. 3, 6, and a 4 and 7. Piece of wood behind the 3 and the 6. And the way that cap is behind the 3 is going to jump right towards that 4 and 7. Just like that. Oh, right in front of the 4 and 7. Actually was too sharp in that shot.
Mike's best high single of 199 and his best triple of 477. You got to be good to be in this competition. Yes. 10 count for Mike Poulin. 43 after 4. 38 after 4 for the team of Downey and Surette. We got a close one going, Danny. A 1-pin advantage right now.
I don't think either team is going to
run away with this one.
You're exactly right. I think it's going to be nip and tuck all the way through.
Carol Downey up on lane 29.
I think that's going to be the difference. That third ball.
Pin picking.
That's exactly right. As you can see there, they've left 2, 4, 6 pins standing in this game. And you can't do that. Make every ball count.
Half Worcester right side off the ball of Carol Downey. Jumped in on the head pin, but still has 4 standing after a couple of balls.
I mentioned Carol has 116 average. She's also won one individual tournament herself and tied for the top spot in another one. So she has 2 tour victories to her credit. 10th overall this year, final rating.
56 after a half dozen for Downey and Surette in the second game. Here's Diane Rooney hitting it into the 1-2 pocket, but a tough lead.
Well, the ball didn't help her at all there, and it's one of those situations where the ball breaks so sharply at the end that if she hits the 1-2 pocket, the ball goes immediately to the left sidewall. It doesn't cut through the pins and give her that extra pin action that she needs. She really has to hit that 1-3 pocket.
Seven for Diane. A half 100 after 5 for Rooney and Poulin.
There's a little heavy, but
tough leave again. But there's some planks out there, so who knows?
7, 9, and 10. It looks to me she's got to have the ball come off the sidewall to clear the 10. Red line. Oh, right around the 10. Nice try.
And a 10. So a 60 after 6, and we're going to be taking a commercial break here on Big Shot Bowling. We got a good one brewing between the teams of Rooney and Poulin as they take on Downey and Surette. Back to the action we come, and to get it rolling is Tom Surette. Tom dropping over a half dozen.
3, 6, 4, and 7.
Surette and Downey leading by a couple.
Oh, yes! What a shot.
He just overpowered the pins on that one.
Split the 3 and a 6, and he had some help in front of the 4 and 7, as you'll see. And just no doubt about it. Wow.
Blew them all down for the spare. He now has 3 spares along with a strike. This, the final semi-final round match in the Mixed Doubles Pro Classic. Last week, it was Rich Petroli and Sharon Rawson beating Fran Boulier and Judy Witcher.
Oh, back in the pocket, wants that 10 to go. No. Well.
No. And an 8 on the spare.
I was going to say he had a double piece of wood in front of the 10. He could snap it, but now the first piece is rolling way out in front. I'd still go. I'd go left tip of that front piece of wood. That'll push it down towards the 10 pin. Hopefully it'll carry him off that other piece of wood in front of the 10 over and carry the 4. And let's see if Tom takes my advice. A little too full on the front piece. You want it a little more to the left. But I know that's the way he was playing it, Bob.
And a 10 box for Tom Surette. And on the score sheet, we now see an 84 for the team of Downey and Surette here in the second game. And here is Mike Poulin. The port sider brings down 8.
Wow. 6-7. Looked like a pretty good ball going in the pocket. Good mix in action. And leaves himself a tough leave.
Once again on the first string, Surette and Downey combined for a 118. Poulin and Rooney a 112. Tony Zernicke waiting for the wood to get into the channel.
Or at least come to a stop.
One of the two, whichever happens first. Big shot bowling. The secretary of the WCBC, Tony Zernicke, our official judge.
Well, the only shot I think Mike's got here is try to go right-hand side of the 6 pin, clip the 6 clean, and he may just push that wood over towards the 7. Real delicate shot. He's only got about a 1/16 of an inch to play with.
I thought it was about an 1/8 of an inch, but
no.
Good try by an outstanding bowler in the name of Mike Poulin.
Losing team, $400.
The winners move to the finals next week on Big Shot Bowling. Big 5 lead as Poulin buried the lead object, which was the 1 pin.
It seems to be pushing through a little bit. He's got to make a little adjustment, try something different, and move on the approach a little closer, left or right, just so he can get a different angle coming in on the pins.
So now it is Downey and Surette leading by a dozen in the match. 6 in this string, and they won the first string by a half dozen.
Neither team has bowled well this game compared to that first. Of course, the score reflects the fact that, well, nice shot there.
Nice mark off the ball of Carol Downey. That's her 3rd spare.
1, 3, 6, and 8. You see the replay here is just a little heavy on the head pin to carry that 8 pin. Does it perfectly. Oh, hold it to the left. Looking for the break. 5 of them.
Got half a house on the spare. .104 with 2 balls remaining.
Another one.
Yes! Back-to-back spares by Carol Downey.
You see 4 horsemen plus the 9 pin. No problem for Carol. Right in the 1-3 pocket. Clears them away.
109 plus a ball.
And a chance to have a commanding lead if the other team doesn't mark.
Oh, nice fill of an 8 count. Back-to-back spares for Downey. And a 117 in the second game, along with a 118, a 2-string count, as you can see, a 235. Here's Diane Rooney. Oh, my, the spread eagle.
Diane's having much the same problem as her partner, either missing the head pin or going flush on the head pin, pushing through the middle.
Oh, beautiful shot. Trying to execute the spread eagle.
Both bowlers, I think, got to try to make some adjustment for that third game.
And a 10, 88 with one remaining for Rooney and Poulin here in the second. They had a 112 in the first.
That one she left short. And that one didn't break enough for her. She's really having a tough time finding the right rhythm, the right angle to play, to shoot at these pins today. She's going to leave herself here, the 1, 2, 7, and 10, and try to split the 1 into 2.
So the high-low jack down on the pin plate with the 1 ball remaining in this string. And an 8. And a total of a 96. So after 2, it's the team of Downey and Surette on the plus side by 27 pins. And we'll be back. Disregard that. Bert, that's a 208. Thank you, Bert. We'll be back with the final string right after we pause. Back we come to the final string in this semifinal round match in the Mixed Doubles Pro Classic. Rooney and Poulin trailing Downey and Surette by 27, and Mike Poulin will lead it off for his team.
Oh,
yes!
That's the way to do it.
Leads it off with a home run ball.
Whether Mike made a little adjustment or not, this time he crosses over in the 1-3 pocket, which would be the opposite Brooklyn pocket for the left-hander, but good mix in action, nice and tight for the strike. That time he came right up with his shot.
And he knew it,
yeah.
And he's upset. Now he's going to have to track down the 1, 2, 4, and 7.
When you come up with that shot, the slide foot, just before you release the ball, if you come up, you're going to pull the ball. In his case, would be to the right. Right-handed, you'd pull it to the left. You got to stay down with that shot. Four horsemen. 1, 2, 4, 7. Trying to get spare on strike.
And he's looking at the 1 of the 7. Strike 8 for the team of Poulin and Rooney as they lift off their final string. And a 9 for Mike. And a 27 after a couple. Here's Tom Surette. Well, he got a few extra pins on that one.
Yeah, 1, 2, 9, and 10.
Tom so far with a strike and 3 spares.
Boy.
His partner, Carol, with 4 spares. I'll tell you, the ladies have really bowled good in this classic.
Well, certainly out of credit to the WCBC. We have some fine women bowlers.
Tom with a 7 and then a frustrated
1 and
ball.
8.
The 1 and 8 is Dan Murphy just echoed.
Wow.
And the 5. Tom is talking to himself.
They cut in 11 pins off the lead and threatened to cut a few more off here with a bad frame for Tom. And nice out. Nice to get 7 out of that.
You bet your bippy. 14 after 2 for the team of Downey and Surette. Rooney and Poulin with a 27. So now it's a 14-pin advantage for Carol Downey and Tom Surette. As Diane Rooney will try to chew away at that lead. She lost that one.
Yeah, she's still having trouble. Can't find that right line. She left it to the right the first time, overcompensated, and went way left. 1, 2, and 9 for the 10.
Yeah, nice house cleaning by Diane for the 10 count.
Dan has a tendency now to start pressing. She knows they're behind. She wants to put the mark up for her partner, Mike, who seems to have his problem solved.
6 down, 4 to go.
1, 2, 4, and 7.
From Derry, New Hampshire, you're looking at Diane Rooney.
Got to come up.
Oh!
Let's try.
4 and 7 still up. Yes, for the 10.
Yep. Made each ball count. Nothing standing. 2 10 boxes.
47 after 4 for Rooney and Downey. 14 after a couple. Well, for Rooney and Poulin, excuse me. Downey and Surette with a 14 after 2.
Triangle in the corner. 6, 9, and 10 for Carol Downey. It's opposite 2 open frames by Rooney and Poulin. Oh boy. Kicks out the 6.
2 full. Left the 9 and the 10. Carol so far with 4 spares in this match.
Well, there's another pin off the lead. Down to 13.
23 after 3 for Carol and Tom. Oh, nice ball. Leaving the 6 and the 10 with a plank.
Okay, watch the point. Watch the 10 pin now.
Downey going for the spare.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Carol with her 5th spare.
Nice ball by Mike.
Mike
6-9.
Poulin. Tony Zernicke, the official judge for this match. Bert Perangeli working the scoreboard that you see on your screen. Our statistician, Cheryl Young. Our director, Jim Murphy. And our floor director, Captain PJ.
Well, 6-9. Mike had a good first ball, but now he's got a roadblock out in front. He's going to have to come high in the wood, turn it, push it back, and try to clear the 6 and a 9. Real tough shot. No, it's about the best he could do. There's another element in the game of candlepin bowling that
is frustrating.
Yes, and certainly makes every shot different.
3 10s in a row now for the team of Rooney and Poulin, and they have recorded a 57 at the midway point in this, the final game.
Loses this round. I also get Jim Fairhurst's book, Light Side of Candlepin Bowling. Compliments of John Grapponi of Concord, New Hampshire. Thank John and Jim for those fine books.
And a 7.
If anyone's
64 after 6.
Excuse me, Bob. If anyone's interested in obtaining one of those, a copy of The Light Side of Candlepin Bowling, excellent book by Jim Fairhurst, just contact your nearest Candlepin Bowling house, and if they don't have one, I'm sure they'll know where to get one, but they all should have a copy. Some fine reading.
And an 8 frame for Tom Surette. A 2 on the spare. It's getting close, Danny.
Still 13 pins. Opposite of 7. Oh, boy. It's a 1 and 9.
Well, the winner of this match will be taking on Sharon Rossin and Rich Pedroli for the championship next week.
Believe me, I'm not laughing at Tom. I'm laughing with him, if he can laugh at a moment like that. 1 and 9. It seems virtually impossible to do something like that. We've seen it happen a few times today. 1-9, 1-8, and he matches the 7 box. So looks like no one wants to win this match.
Hey, we're going to roll away, and we'll be back with the final 4 frames for each team. But first, let's take this commercial break. You're looking at Diane Rooney, her final 2 frames, as her team is trailing it by 13. 4 frames for each team remaining in this match.
Well, for the 2 teams who had the highest pinfall in the quarterfinal matches, they're in jeopardy of having 2 of the lower pinfalls in this semifinal match. You never know.
Diane with a 9. So far, she has recorded 1 spare.
Well, if there's each box is important, of course, but if there's one more important than another, it's this one. Set up to the last 2 frames for her partner, Mike Poulin. And again, she goes left. 1, 3, 5, and the 8 pin. Got some wood there. Got to be heavy on the head pin. Got to be up there. Oh. It's safe to say it just hasn't been Diane's day.
In the quarterfinal round match, Diane had, let's see, I think 6 spares. But in this one, in the semis, she picked up but 1 mark.
Well, lead 13, opposite 2 9 boxes. Carol should mark here. It's going to be really tough on Mike Poulin.
Carol so far with 5 spares. Oh my! She's headed for her 6th.
Don't look at me, Bob. You can say it. Duck soup.
Mrs. Riley's duck soup right there.
She didn't even need the wood. She was right on the 7 pin. And that could be the clincher, depending on the fill. It at least puts the match into a double strike situation for Mike Poulin.
Mike lifted off the final string with a strike, but then from there it was tough sledding. 6 count on the spare for Carol.
1, 3, 6 with the 7. And the way she's bowling, I wouldn't be a bit surprised she nails this one down. No, a bit to the right.
The lady who attended the University of Maryland. Closing out her action here on lane 30. An 8. And a 74 with 2 remaining for Downey and Surette. And an 82 with 2 to go for Rooney and Poulin. And we'll need some strikes for Rooney and Poulin if they want to get back into this one. Yes, there's one. Mike hoping to unload.
Good ball.
The 2-bagger.
1-2 pocket. Mike's pocket for a left-hander. Really would like to throw another one.
Here he goes. Right into the pocket, but a tough lead. 3-6, 4-7.
Try to split the 3 and the 6.
Mike with 2 strikes and 3 spares. Oh, tough one for Mike. Oh, what a superlative attempt. And a 10. And a total of a 111 for Rooney and Poulin. And a 3-string count of a 3-19. And Tom Surette in the groove, leaving the kingpin.
So it looks like it's Tom Surette and Carol Downey against Sharon Rawson and Rich Petroli next week for the championship of this mixed doubles format.
Spare number 4 for Tom Surette, along with a strike.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Tom with a strike and 5 spares, and his partner Carol with 6 spares. And there it is again. And the team of Carol Downey and Tom Surette will advance to the finals of the Mixed Doubles Pro Classic. And next week, they'll be meeting once again Rich Petroli and Sharon Rawson. And a 9 on the spare, and a total of a 109 in the final string, and a 3-string count of a 344. So a 344 to a 319 Downey and Surette on top of the pins for the victory. We'll be back to meet the bowlers right after we take a timeout. Well, it was the team of Tom Surette and Carol Downey grabbing this semifinal round match, and they'll be moving into the finals next week in the mixed doubles competition. But before we chat with them, I'd like to talk to the two bowlers to my right and to your left, and that is Diane Rooney and Mike Poulin. Well, you had one good match, and of course, your bowling just stayed home today.
Yeah, it did. I left it home. Couldn't bring it today.
Well, you don't have to be ashamed, because over the years, you have produced some great bowling, and you're a great champ. And Mike, you started off that string with a strike, the final string, and you tried to come out with a three-bagger, but it just wasn't in the cards.
No, not today, but the heck, we had a good time. It was a good show.
It was nice having both of you with us, and you'll be splitting $400. Thanks a lot. Let's have a nice round of applause for these two fine bowlers as they have a seat. Thank you very much. And now let's talk to the champs of this match anyway, Carol Downey and Tom Surette. First of all, Tom, I hear say it's going to be your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I also want to mention, if you didn't get 2 marks in the final 2 boxes, this lady to your left would have, well, had more marks in this match.
Yeah, right. I kept trying to give it away. Carol didn't want to give it away, so.
Hey, you're a great bowler, and you did a good job. You had enough to win, and Carol, once again, you were absolutely superlative.
Oh, thank you very much. I felt very nervous with it, though.
And now you're going to the finals, Rich Pedroli and Sharon Rawson. What about that one?
Should be an exciting match. Should be close.
Very good match.
We'll have a good week off and rest up, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Let's have a nice round of applause for these two fine bowlers, Tom Surette and Carol Downey. And here's my man, Dan Murphy. Dan, we've concluded the semi-final round matches, and now next week we're going to take center stage and present 4 quality bowlers for the title.
Yeah, and then there were 4, and it should be a real good match. $1,000 to the winning team, $700 to the runner-up. So we're going to squeeze that ball a little tighter next week, and it should be exciting.
We'll look forward to it here on Big Shot Bowling. Bob Fouracre for Dan Murphy, thanking you for being with us and inviting you back next week for more exciting action when we'll be presenting the championship of the mixed doubles. Until we meet again, bye for now.